The idea that Hugh Freeze doesn't fit the Auburn creed. So I was unfamiliar with the Auburn creed until I looked it up on their university website about 0.3 seconds ago. I will read this, and we will see if Hugh Freeze is a match. I believe that this is a practical world and that I can count only on what I earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work. I believe in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully. I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect and confidence of my fellow men. I believe in a sound mind and a sound body and a spirit that is not afraid, and in clean sports that develop these qualities. I believe in obedience to law because it protects the rights of all. I believe in the human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all. I believe in my country because it is the land of freedom and because it is my home, and that I can best serve that country by doing justly, loving mercy, and walking humbly with my God. And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it. All right, Dawn, that's the Auburn creed, of which I'm sure you're familiar. Does Hugh Freeze fit that standard? Because your message boards don't seem to think so. I can't hear Dawn, Lucas. There is Dawn. Hi, Dawn.
Hi. I was like, I cannot hear anything. Should I be able to hear something right now? How are you boys?
This happens to me when I call 3HL. I don't know what the hell the deal with the new phone system is, but it disorients me every time I sound like I don't know what's going on when you guys call me for reasons other than your fellow teammates already allege that I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix the phones, but I'm happy to have you on the show.
Okay, well, I'm happy to be on the show, Buck Reising. How's today going?
Today's going swell. Your message boards are pissed. They don't think Hugh Freeze fits the Auburn creed, which I just read on air and made me giggle. How are you?
Wait, you just read the Auburn creed on air?
I just read the whole thing. That was your lead-in, and then you couldn't hear me, and it ruined my bit.
I know, and I love the Auburn creed. I want to hear it again. I've got it framed in my house.
Well, okay, so you're one of these people who we're speaking to. Why does Hugh Freeze fit the requirements based on this thing that is framed and hung in your home?
Can I ask you this? Why does he not?
Well, I think there's a variety of different places that I could pick apart. I know
that's why I want to know, because listen, the Auburn fan base is split on this.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely split. There's a portion of the fan base, like my Facebook of my, old school Auburn friends and football fans is right down the middle. I had one that was like, goodbye, 25 years of Auburn football, and I'm out because of this decision, and then I had another that's like, this is a great hire. He's a man of faith and, this and that. So it is fascinating to watch. And I really felt like I was reliving the entire Tennessee Schiano show, which, is now my word for the other S word is Schiano. Mm-hmm. But I felt like I was reliving that from the Tennessee coaching search days when all the antifreeze, hashtag antifreeze and all of that was going on by Auburn Twitter. So it's fascinating for me to watch, but I like the hire.
Don, what will it take then for a Auburn fan revolt here? Would it have to be on a Friday for the sake of alliteration? Freeze Friday. We had Schiano Sunday at Tennessee, or Antifreeze Friday. I'm trying to speak this into existence.
Yeah, we would like to incite a riot on your.
I would like
campus.
A fan riot. Yeah. Yes.
Well, it's going on right now with some of the fans. But okay, here's the deal. So John Cohen, the athletic director now at Auburn, obviously very familiar with Hugh. Cohen was at Mississippi State for a long time, a former baseball coach as well. But he talked about, Hugh Freeze is a great fit, which is where kind of Auburn fans are some Auburn fans, I have to specify that, have an issue with it. But when he talks about fit, what was important to Auburn when it came to fit? It was student-athlete development. Hugh Freeze has done that over his entire career. Mm-hmm. Football strategy. He is known as one of the brightest offensive minds in the game. Recruiting and SEC experience. He's going to kill both of those. His SEC experience from Ole Miss from 12 to 16 when he beat Alabama in back-to-back years. If John Cohen's saying that these are the things that are the fit, then Hugh Freeze is an absolutely perfect fit.
No, I don't disagree, Dawn.
That that was important to them. And here's the deal. This is how I got to know Hugh Freeze. I worked back when there was only, one signing day. And I actually worked this signing day with Chris Lowe. So they I was the TV reporter, Chris Lowe was the writer. They embedded us at Ole Miss. And this was actually A.J. Brown's year. So when he committed to Ole Miss, this is the signing day that I worked. So we were embedded with that coaching staff. And when I say that, I mean, we were there a day early, hung out with them as they went through kind of, film and texts and phone calls and all of that, went to dinner with all the entire coaching staff. Like I got to see up close and personal for over, 24 hours just leading into this recruiting day. And so that's how I got to know Hugh Freeze from that experience. And then obviously covered him over the years when he was at Ole Miss. So I kind of got to see that. I got to see the relationships he had with some of the players. I got to see the relationships he had with those families. I got to see what was important to him as far as those players and their development. Do you know what I mean? So I guess maybe I've seen kind of a different side of Hugh Freeze when it comes to exactly what Cadillac is all about. And that's, the opportunity to serve these kids in this program.
I don't dispute any of that, Dawn. In fact, that's why we're grateful for your insight there, because you're correct. We do not have that personal experience that way. We talked to Mickey for the same reason about Hugh Freeze's how he came up career-wise and how Mickey got to know him through a different avenue. I'm just looking at a situation where they are contractually requiring this guy to turn over his social media accounts and saying, but you trust him to run your football program and not his own Twitter. What the hell?
I mean, there's been crazier things, right?
It
is what it is. Yeah, yeah, and it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
he has had a bit of a hot finger on the Twitter DMs, right? Yes, I understand that. So I think it's just an extra level of protection there, and Auburn's moving on there.
Okay. Don Davenport here with us on 104.5 The Zone. Of course, 3HL, 3 to 6 weekdays. You get a bonus hour of 3HL when there's not Titans radio programming as well at 7 o'clock. So on the whole, Hugh Freeze, what are the things that he has to accomplish right out the gate? Because we caught a little bit of the press conference, not enough to really have listened to the kind of questions that he was asked and the questions that the fans are going to be expected to hear answers on. But to you and to people that you talk to, your friends who also went to Auburn, people within the industry, obviously, what does he need to accomplish to start to earn that trust for the people that, obviously are coming into this thing with a preconceived notion about him?
Well, he sure as hell better win. I'll go ahead and say that. And he better win right away. This is not hey, you have 2-3 years to rebuild this. You better win, and you better win now. I think the first thing that he has already done that is a major step in earning that trust is offering Cadillac an associate head coach job. And I think that was huge. That we all know how Cadillac is. He talked about in these last 4 weeks, he's had 12 players, 7 that have been baptized. He's brought 12 to church in Jesus Christ. And, these guys are better at academics now. And he's had professors come to him and just say, hey, this is like completely different kids. And we know what's important to Cadillac. We know how much he loves Auburn. And that was Hugh Freeze's first move. And that was the right first move, was to make sure he was on staff, not just on staff as a position coach, but as an associate head coach. So I think that number one helps. Cadillac didn't want to leave Auburn. He's been there since 2019. He was there with Gus. He stayed with Harsin, and now he's staying with Freeze. Like, Cadillac Williams is Auburn, and for Hugh Freeze to make that decision, I think that helps big time as far as getting the rest of the fan base to look at him, buy in. And Cadillac's response on Twitter about Hugh Freeze and talking about how their philosophies line up, not only on the football field, but also as men looking to develop other young men. And I think that's obviously a step in the right direction. Now, after that, he better win. He better keep it clean, and he better win now. That's basically how it goes for Hugh Freeze and for the fan base to, I guess, step into this and I guess be okay with it.
She's Dawn Davenport. She's the best. She doesn't say that about me, but I'm big enough to acknowledge when she is capable of bringing, as always, the insight and analysis that you need to know about all things college football and the SEC. 326 on 3HL. Where you can hear her.
I always say you're the best, Buck.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's an outright lie. No, don't make me accuse you of being a liar on the air, Dawn.
Oh, Bucky Buck. Hey, I talked to you yesterday when you called. We have you on every Monday to talk Titans, which you are the best expert at the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, that's patronizing. Stop lying to me.
No, that I actually do believe. But anyway, you were not sold on this Hugh Freeze hire. Did you go back and kind of do some research on the coaching part? Because you said, he just got blown out, 22 points. But did you go back and do some research on him as an actual coach?
No, I am familiar with him, Dawn, and I understand what they want. They want a guy who can win and navigate the SEC, and there's no question that he can do that. My contention is I don't think that he does meaningful winning in terms of college football playoff contention in that West just because he has these 2 wins over Nick Saban, and somehow that's the juice. Like, I don't buy that kind of quick fix type of thing.
Okay, so that's where you are on it. Well, I'll tell you this. Nick Saban wanted to hire him as an offensive analyst when he was getting back into coaching, and the reports are that Greg Sankey kiboshed that and wouldn't allow it to happen until there was some more years kind of between everything. And now, you look back at that 2-year bowl ban that Ole Miss had to serve because of it and everything that was going on there, his lack of control for his staff. Guess what? All that stuff with the boosters now is legal.
It sure is. Now we're in the real game. Now Hugh Freeze can really cook, baby.
The word is there's about $9-10 million in NIL money waiting there at Auburn in an account waiting to be utilized.
Absolutely. Well, we better get to spending and then winning after that. Thank you, Dawn.
Let's go. War damn Eagle, Buck.
Get the hell out of here. Dawn Davenport with us on 104.5 The Zone. I really do enjoy. Why the hell don't we have Dawn on more often other than she's very busy? Is that the reason?
Yeah.
Okay. We should probably try that.